Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Who does better at being single? So I talk a lot about marriage, but preceding that is being single, and most people I don't think are made for it. I think a lot of people are looking at a single lifestyle when they shouldn't. So stay tuned today and leave comments here on Love Beyond the Sea. This comes from a Psychology Today article from February of this year, so just last month, from Bella DiPaolo, PhD. So let's talk about that. I certainly have my opinions on this. Living single can be such a vastly different experience for different people, it says in the article. At one end are the people who are distraught to be single and invest heavily in becoming a couple, becoming coupled. At the other end are the single at heart people, for whom single life is their best life, their most authentic, meaningful, fulfilling, and psychologically rich life. The single at heart are not settling for being single. They are embracing it. In single life, they flourish. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying that. This is me talking here, but I just think that's very uncommon. And I think people could be talked into thinking, oh, I should be single. Singleness is so great. You know, this person, that person says it's so great. I just don't think there are that many people. It's just a good calling for it. That's my belief. Let's jump ahead to, since there's a lot to cut through, who thrives when single, from this article. And they talk about somebody and their colleagues mention many factors associated with happy and successful singlehood, including, it's a new word for me, singlehood. Number one, embracing values such as freedom, creativity, and trying new things. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't know why that would mean somebody would have to be single into their 30s and 40s and 50s. I got married at 53, by the way, but that was not my choice, not how I wanted it to be. Number two, not being all that interested in having a romantic partner. That also perturbs me a little bit, because isn't it kind of natural to want to be emotionally close to somebody and sexually intimate with somebody? Number three, staying single or having no romantic relationship experience. Well, we never do have any romantic relationship experience until we do, but I think it is a good thing. I'm definitely a proponent of getting married. Four, who thrives being single, those that have good social support. That helps too if you're looking to be, a husband and be married. Five, who thrives being single, those having quality friendships. Maybe that's true, but can't you say the same thing about people that thrive being, married, and people that want to be married? They have quality friendships. That's always a good thing. Six, having a secure attachment style. A secure attachment style. And I don't know what that means. And I don't have time to think about it here in a 10-minute or less video. I guess I always wanted to be attached to a wife, and as a Christian, I wanted to be, in a one-flesh relationship with a woman where it's just the two of us. We are our main relationship on earth, with another human being. Number seven, those that thrive have lower sexual desire or higher desire combined with frequent partnered sexual experiences. Well, low sexual desire, as long as that person is healthy, is a good indication they don't need to get married. In the Bible, 1 Corinthians 7 says it's good for man not to touch a woman, nevertheless to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, let every woman have her own husband. The word touch in that context means to be, sexually intimate with. So lower sexual desire, yeah, I can agree with that. Or higher desire combined with frequent partnered sexual experiences. Well, hedonistic lifestyle does not mean that person is better off being single and they can thrive. I don't think they would. They're better off biblically getting married and tying themselves down to one person and investing their life into that woman and having children. Number 8, those who thrive, getting older Some research suggests that after about the age of 40, single people become happier and happier with their single lives, starting at even younger ages. Single people who are not pining for a romantic partner, especially likely to become happier and happier. Okay, that's what it says in this article. My personal beliefs have always been get married. And when I was 40 back in 2001, I was hurting about as much as I could possibly hurt, because it was beginning to seem like it wasn't going to be able to happen. So I did find love beyond the sea when I married my wife in the Philippines at age 53 back in 2015. But it certainly I did not hit that point of, oh, well, this isn't so bad, maybe I can do it. I had who knows how many years left. Nobody knows. It actually turned up the heat even more for myself to want to get married, because it was like now or never. I don't want people to wait till they're 40. Well, that's better waiting until they're 50 or 55, to be looking for a wife. I just think a person could, decide to stay single and then just lose that edge of desperation to go out and look. As they get older, I think you have to be smarter, try different things like I did, go where you wanted, go overseas, in my case, the Philippines. Now I'm going to scroll down here with what time I have left. And this is part of the same article. It says the single at heart, the single people most likely to be thriving. And they give more examples from people who are single. 3 minutes I got. Love, number one, love the freedom to curate their own lives, deciding within the constraints of their resources and opportunities. Everything from the structure of the day-to-day lives to the great big life-changing choices. Well, that's one thing I've had to give up a lot. Being married is doing my own thing my way, and that's really got to change. Like I tell my wife all the time, we're not two single people living under the same roof. We're married. Everything we do and decide and don't do is going to affect the other person. And I don't really mind it that way. That's just marriage. Number two, use their freedom to live joyful, meaningful, fulfilling, and psychologically rich lives. They pursue their interests and passions and live authentic lives that honor their values and who they really are. It seems kind of one-sided there, just focusing on themselves. And that's our natural bent, is to be selfish. But I think what we need that's better for us is to get married. Number three, they savor their solitude. That's not good if you want to be married, especially if you have children later. Four, appreciate the opportunity to decide who is going to matter to them rather than defaulting to the usual position of putting a romantic partner at the center of their lives. Well, I'm running out of time, but that's the right way to do it. You put your partner first. The man puts his wife first and defers to her, gives up his life for her, protects her, and provides for her. That's a good thing. Five, invest in their friends and other people who matter to them. They're not looking past them towards a romantic partner who may be on the horizon or waiting for them home. A lot of these friends, once they find somebody, you're gone, you're history, you're out of there. Might as well keep looking for someone that will stick with you for the rest of your life. Six, they define intimacy on their own terms. They honor bigger, broader notions of family than just nuclear family. Not going to read anymore. That's a bad idea. Seven, they invest in their single lives. Nothing wrong here. They pursue meaningful work, buy homes, and so on. Nothing wrong with that, but why not do that and set yourself up with your wife, if you're a husband, and try to build your life together. I think I have time to read a little bit more here. Whereas couples split the tasks of everyday life, single people who live alone figure out how to cover all of them, or find other people to hire or help. Later in life, when newly divorced or widowed people are struggling to figure out how to do things their spouse used to do for them, lifelong single people have long mastered those tasks. Well, that's nice, but I don't think it's enough to keep somebody single the rest of their life. Keep watching my videos if you will, and maybe one day you too will be motivated to find love beyond the sea.